Today we are going to be discussing a citation that the Illinois Department of Public Health recently issued to Pleasant Meadows Senior Living Nursing Home in Chrisman, Illinois, after a resident there developed a bedsore which became infected and required hospitalization. My name is Barry Doyle. I'm a lawyer in Skokie practicing nursing home abuse and neglect work throughout the state of Illinois. I'm also the author of Built to Fail, a free report available for download from my website, which spells out how the nursing home business model inevitably produces unnecessary injuries and deaths for nursing home residents. When a resident is admitted to a nursing home, they undergo a number of standardized assessments. One of those assessments is the assessment of the resident's risk of developing bedsores. This is usually done with a standardized tool for this called the Braden Scale. When this resident was admitted to the nursing home, the assessment showed that he was at mild risk of developing bedsores. The facility had in place a number of policies and procedures relating to the care of residents who were at risk, even mild risk, of developing bedsores. Two of the items that were required under the nursing home's policies and procedures was that the resident was supposed to have a care plan put into place to address the risk of developing bedsores, and that the resident was supposed to have weekly skin assessments. Now, for this particular resident, even though the resident had been assessed as being at risk, although mild risk, of developing bedsores, the weekly skin assessments weren't done for this resident. The care plan wasn't put in place. As a result, approximately 3 months after the resident was admitted to the nursing home, she was discovered to have bedsores. The bedsores that were discovered were stage 3 bedsores. The staff reported the bedsore to the resident's doctor. The doctor entered orders for care. Now, once a resident has a bedsore, federal regulations require that the resident receive care, treatment, and services necessary to promote healing, prevent infection, and prevent the development of new bedsores. Within a matter of days after the bedsore was initially discovered, the staff noted that there was a strong odor to the bedsore. An odor to the sore is often a sign that there's an infection present. There's no indication that this was reported to the doctors would have been required. There were certainly no additional treatment orders that were received. So within a matter of days following that, the resident had to be transferred to the hospital. The staff at the hospital called in for a surgical consult to look at having the bedsore debrided, and the resident also had to receive a regimen of IV antibiotics to help cure the infection that was present in the bedsores that had been developed. Now, there were a number of breakdowns in the care that this resident received. The facility had in place policies and procedures which required the weekly skin assessments to be done. These weren't done, so that by the time the resident initially had the bedsore reported to the doctor, it was already in stage 3, which is a more difficult sort to try to heal than a stage 2, for example. There was also no care plan that was put into place to address the resident's risk of developing bedsores, which meant that many of the routine steps that would be taken day to day to help address the resident's risk simply weren't being taken. All of these things ultimately contributed to this resident developing these bedsores and having the wound decline to the point where it was infected and required hospitalization. I hope you found this interesting. If you have any questions regarding this or any other nursing home abuse and neglect issue, please feel free to reach out to us. Our number is 312-263-1080, or we can be reached on the internet at www.accidentlawillinois.com. Thanks for watching.